Welcome to Mindless Entertainment. I am Jesse Milestone, and this is my response video to how it should have ended The Last Jedi. Just so you know, also, if you stick around all the way to the end, I will tell you my personal how I think The Last Jedi should have ended. So that'll be fun. I haven't tried a format like this before, so I'm gonna play it and talk with it while we go because I think that'll be fun. We're gonna give it a shot. Ty, this one goes out to you. You were my patron who suggested this, so all the bajillion peoples in the comments section who've asked me to do this, thank Ty for making it happen. So let's get started. We're gonna run this. If you're not familiar for some reason, how it should have ended, right? They do these fun little animated things where they redo the endings of various popular movies, and it's hilarious. They have a sort of take this sort of the cynical look at things and find the plot holes, and they're like, this is how, like, if realistically, like, if we're not in movie land, we're in real land, this is what's up. So without further ado, this is this is my thoughts on how it should have ended The Last Jedi edition, and it's gonna be fun. All right, so I love this, right? This is a wonderful thing about, from what I haven't watched a ton of them, but from what I've seen from the how it should have ended, there's they take the ending, they end the film, and this one they felt the need to fix everything. They're like, no, we can't just tell you how it should have ended. We're telling you how this scene should have ended, and that scene, and this moment, and that moment. So yeah, that door opens, everyone gets sucked into space. Like, honestly, or maybe like that's one of the ways. Maybe these are just all their potential endings. Like, movie ends right there, everyone's sucked into space. Oh, this trolling General Hux, yeah, like, he's not gonna stand there and try to figure out what's going on. He's gonna blow you up. You're an enemy. You're a bad guy. Like, come on. It's just so brilliant because we all thought this. Like, everyone who had problems with this movie thought all of this the whole way through, right? And thank you, Akbar. Why not give this? You had so many great existing characters. Why don't you use them? Like, why didn't you use your existing canon characters? Why did you feel the need to scrap everything like it was somehow awful and terrible? It wasn't. It was great.
Oh my gosh!
A little privacy, please.
Oh, the image is burned in my brain.
It's kind of accurate, unfortunately.
Okay, we're here. Let's land in the tall grass so we don't get spotted by some redneck alien.
If only Rose said smart things.
This is a covert mission. We don't have time to waste rescuing horses or feeling bad for random kids.
If only Rose said
No
smart
matter how
things this
sad it
movie.
makes us.
That's what this whole thing would
Our
have been.
friends are literally running for their lives. It's all up to us.
Right, I know. I said I get
Except
it.
that they
Jeez.
didn't actually.
Landing in the grass.
Nothing was actually up to them, as it turns out, as we know. Oh goodness. Yep. Oh, this is just so valid because, like, this is so validating. Like, I'm sorry. Take out your meat guilt from here. A little moment of, like, vegetarian propaganda. No, Chewie eats that dang bird. It's not like he's gonna bring it back to life by not eating it.
Well,
Yeah.
that was kind of a detour to the current situation I'm dealing with, but now I understand.
Wouldn't that have been great?
Darth Plagueis.
Would have made sense. Would have made a lot of sense. And again, why have him if he's just nobody? Everyone's nobody.
I don't seem to remember my granddaughter ever being sold for drinking money.
And that's
What?
amen. We all wanted it. I mean, what's so wrong with giving us what we wanted? You know, everyone's like, oh, you're mad. The fan theories were good theories, and they were set up well from the movies. What would have been so wrong with actually giving us what we wanted? What would have been so wrong? It seems like we made a pretty darn good movie.
Grandfather too? Not this again, Anakin. Every time.
And, like, why couldn't we have ghosts hanging out everywhere, you know? Why couldn't we have had, like, Force Ghost party, you know? That's the only thing that's gonna make Episode 9 good at this point. If Episode 9 is just Force Ghosts hanging out. You get, like, Force Ghost Han, get Force Ghost Leia in there, like, get Force Ghost everyone just hanging out with Yoda and Obi-Wan and, you know, and Qui-Gon. Be great. Because he's in charge, because that would make sense.
Lord, not this again. What do you want?
Commander Hux, do you know what this is?
What are you talking
Yes!
about? None of us can see.
Yes! Like, these are the little bits of fan service that we needed, not the garbage lines they threw at us in The Force Awakens.
It's a what?
It's
What are you doing right now?
It's
So good. So good. It's It's a trap. It's a trap. Why couldn't we do that? We had Admiral Akbar in this movie. We could do it such like that would have been a nice little gimme.
I just lights off my hair.
And like, come on, the symmetry and the poetry going through all the movies would have been great. Would have been so great. And I think at this point,
I saved you, dummy.
what's about to happen?
What do you think I was trying to do?
Being an idiot.
It's not about winning. It's about saving the ones you love.
Not a good
That's what
line.
I was trying to do. Akbar did the exact same thing earlier.
And it was cool when he did that. It would have been cool when he did that too.
This is just sad.
Yeah.
Shall we let him go? No.
We all would have loved it if that happened.
OJ,
We
Finn
would have.
and Rose
It would've
just
been great.
died.
Finn and who?
Exactly. But now after all those course corrections,
That I would take on the First
really
Order
should
with
have
nothing but a laser sword.
Yes, that's exactly what I thought was going to happen.
that's what we all wanted.
That actually does sound pretty awesome.
I would've
okay,
watched that
let's
movie.
do it. This place
I
is
just-
dead anyway. But first, let's get one for the road.
I could have done without that part. I could have absolutely done without that part. I didn't need that.
All right, we can go. I'm gonna miss you the most.
Gross.
I want every gun we have to fire on those two.
And let's find out who's really the most force powerful person in the goddamn galaxy. Spoilers! It's Luke. That would have been awesome.
Impossible. He's never been seen having that force ability before. Well, we have all seen you do that before, so it's not too
And you're a
crazy to
whiny
think
little
he could
bitch,
do
so
this.
if you can do it,
Nobody
then...
asked you.
I really want to know more of what Carl has to say. Let's be real here. And then nice little, George shooting the things like we had Return of the Jedi. Shoot the lightsabers out for you. Those are things we know happen. And I would have also changed the fact that we have this red salt planet thing. But I'll take lightsaber batting down of this world. That works for me. This ending works for me. I like an ending. I like this. This makes me happy. I'd be moving around more, but I'm on a bed right now, and you can see the actual issues. Yeah.
What
That'd
is
be
with
great.
you and lightning all of a sudden?
It's super fun! Psychotic giggling. Yeah, I would watch that movie. Everything they did there, I'd watch that. I'd watch that. That for me. That feels right.
As my first act as commander, I wish to tell everyone the plan. We have a secret base on a nearby planet that we are trying to reach. So nobody freak out or start a mutiny or anything. We actually have a plan to survive.
Oh, thank God.
What would have been wrong with that? Like, does anyone have a problem? Does anyone see a logistical issue with being like, so we have a plan? I mean, look, don't even tell them the details of the plan. Just say, yeah, we have a plan for survival. As opposed to being like, I'm not telling. I'm going to be secretive. That'll be way more fun. So I just want to touch on briefly. I mean, this whole video is beautiful, and we feel it. We respond to this because it gives us what we wanted, what we were looking for, and everyone's like, well, you shouldn't dislike a movie that didn't give what you want, but that goes back into things of like, well, Star Wars isn't for the fans. Yes, it is. It has always been for the fans, and the best part is it would have been a much better movie if you just gave everyone what they wanted. If you just pandered to the fan theories and went those directions, because these fan theories, these are not just these people who jumped on board last movie and were like, ooh, I hope this happens. These are people who are informed and educated based on the whole extended universe, based on the other characters that exist out there, based on the way that the different stories could exist, could coexist, could intertwine, and came up with brilliant ideas for how to make the entire story come together. These are people who, in some cases, have been caring about this movie for over 40 years now. I mean, that's crazy. That's awesome. That's more than most of the Star Wars executives, people who have the major say in Star Wars, have probably cared about these movies, or at least certainly not on this level. I mean, I've heard so many people. I've heard people rewrite the opening crawl for The Last Jedi. I've seen people, pitch the whole trilogy, how it should have been, pitch the plot for just The Last Jedi, and everything I've heard is so much better and richer and more interesting than what we actually got. It's very, very disappointing. So anyway, I promised how I would have ended The Last Jedi, and the only way I can think to end The Last Jedi that would at all make me feel better about what's happened, because I don't know if you guys know this, I know that there are Last Jedi haters who were not so bothered by The Force Awakens, The Force Awakens was it for me. I mean, The Last Jedi was like the last chance, and it killed it, but I was not on board with The Force Awakens. I did not like that movie one bit. I hated the fact that it just copied. As somebody who has been wholly disappointed with 7 and 8, the only way that this ends well for me is end of Last Jedi, right? Final scene, everyone's on the Millennium Falcon, and Han Solo wakes up in a cold sweat out of this horrific nightmare that's taken way, way, way too much of his night's sleep. Freaks out, rolls over, puts his arms around Leia, goes back to bed. And then, out in the wider world of our planet, Disney goes to George Lucas and says, okay, what's your idea? How do we do this new trilogy? How do we do, what story comes after? Just tell us a story, sit us down, don't write anything, just tell us a story. Tell us the story that comes after the Return of the Jedi, the original trilogy. Tell us that story. Great. Record all that. Awesome. Hand it over to Joss Whedon. Have him write the script and direct the movie. The end. That's the only way I would have done it. I am on Patreon. Patreon is awesome. It's a place where you can join my tighter knit community of people who really, really like these videos, and you get to suggest content. You get funny rewards that you'll only like if you like my videos, and you get to help us push towards a better quality of film. My goal is to be able to make videos. That's what I want to do. Make videos, maybe one day make movies, etc. And I do that with your help. I have some ideas for some bigger scale things I want to start putting out, and those require a budget. So if you like what I'm doing, you want to see more of it, and you want to see better quality, check out the link in the description below, and consider joining my Patreon community. We'd love to have you as part of it. Till next time.